Save the Semantics, episode 194. It is December 11th, 2022. My name is Myro. This is the podcast where I ramble on for a bit about some shit. It's been a couple of weeks since I last recorded. Quite a lot of things have happened since then, I would say. Just sort of, I guess we need to catch up on some basketball. Catch up on other news, other things that have happened. But yeah, I've been doing all right, relatively speaking. I think I've been doing solid. Uh, right now it's a kind of a lull period for me. I would say not a ton going on, which is good. For the most part. I also, it's kind of moments or times like right now, just kind of in this sort of brief pocket of time, where I sometimes feel I struggle to, I guess, find things to do, whether it's sort of out of boredom or, I don't know. I just, it's sort of hard it's hard to motivate myself to, seek out things. I guess kind of just recently, I don't know, right now specifically, it's sort of been a little difficult for me to kind of, I don't know, try out new things. I've talked about this in the past, where I've wanted to try it and do new things. I don't know, back in college and stuff. I think it's definitely a little harder now because I actively have to kind of look for things to do, and that's kind of, it's a little hard. It's not as, things aren't as easily accessible. You really have to sort of put in the effort to try to look for shit. Like if you want to if you want to do, I don't know, you're not in class anymore, so you don't really have the, I guess. Well, if you're, I'll just say, if you're, when you're in college or university or whatever, there's a lot of activities, there's a lot of clubs and shit that you can kind of just join or whatever, right? Because it's just readily available. It's there. People are looking to be active in something, whether it's, maybe going to the gym. I would say that's like the one thing where I could kind of seek it out. And again, I've mentioned this before, but I just, I don't know. I don't know how consistent I would be if I did get like a gym membership, and if I would commit to that or not. So, yeah, I just haven't. I'm comfortable with my current routine. I also would like to maybe add another thing to kind of, add a little bit more to what I have going on right now. It's just, I think what it is how my, kind of how my job cycles through with how busy I get during, these periods of time during the year. It's kind of hard for me to, it's hard for me to commit to something where, again, if I start going to, say I try to, start up a gym membership, and then I kind of fall out of it because I get super busy at like a certain point in time. I don't know. I feel kind of guilty, and also I feel, I'm wasting money if I'm not taking advantage of the fact that I do have a membership, and I should be trying to go in as much as I can, I guess. So I don't know. It's those kinds of things. Like if I start, I don't know. I don't really have anything. Start something active, if it's, regardless if it's, sports related or not. Just kind of trying new shit out. It's been kind of hard for me to do that. It's been hard for me to commit to new things, and those are things that, again, I want to do, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a mental blockade, or if I'm just, or if it's just okay for me to feel this way because I just want to relax. I don't know. It's yeah, I want to try new things. I also don't really know what I want to try, but Yeah, I think right this just timing wise, I think it would be cool if I could seek out new things, but again, it's just then work kind of comes into the forefront, unfortunately, with once in like a couple months. So it's I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to really I think it's hard to start up new commitments because I don't know how long I can commit to those things, and I don't know how consistent I would be with those. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to kind of seek those things out, even though part of me wants to. It's a combination of both myself, my own ability to try shit out, and then also kind of my schedule. So I don't know. I think ultimately it's just a matter of just having to just go ahead and do it. Just try it out. I know I'm speaking incredibly vague. It's because I don't really know what what thing there is that I would like to do. It's just part of me wants to have another aspect of my life to add alongside, work and, my current regimen of like working of running and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just want to add an extra an extra piece, if you will. So that's kind of where I'm at currently. But other than that, I'd say I'm doing pretty solid. It's been a nice couple of weeks of just sort of, I guess, I don't know, enjoying some time to relax and kind of, you know, pretty much be a homebody for a good chunk of that time. So I'd say I'm doing pretty solid for the most part. Um, let's talk a little basketball. Yesterday, the Warriors played the Celtics, a little mini finals rematch, if you will. I was really happy with the result. They won in a very commanding fashion. I think they did a really good job of limiting Tatum. He also just had a really poor shooting game, so I think that just kind of happened. So, but I think that we played really well, good defense on him, and we really just kind of limited his ability to get points. His 3 point shooting was pretty bad. But yeah, I was really happy with everybody's like performance. I think everybody contributed super well. Clay went off. Clay was I felt like he didn't miss. And I mean there were a couple shots that were a bit, I guess, ill advised, but he was just shooting lights out. He looked really good. He looked a lot like prime Clay. He just wasn't missing at all. So really good game. I was really happy with how things turned out. So yeah, it was good. I mean, and we were kind of in, what was it? It was like a 2 game losing streak. We had that one bad loss against the Pacers. Oh, and then I don't even want to talk about the Utah loss. We're not even going to get into that, but that one, oh my God, that one just broke me. That one was so fucking shitty. It almost ruined my night, but it was, it was just like, fuck it. I try not to get too attached to my teams losing. So it was just kind of like, fuck, dude. That was awful. What an awful way to go out. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, happy with how the Celtics game turned out. Speaking of losses, my teams in the World Cup were, Japan and Brazil for the last, leading into this past week or so. Brazil got upset by Croatia, and now we're kind of going to be going into the semifinals of the World Cup, and I really have no stake in any of these countries remaining. So I am hoping for a Morocco upset Cinderella run, whatever you want to call it. I think that would be incredible. I know France is really good. They're an incredible team, but they're winning back to back. Come on, man. back-to-back World Cups. Nah, we gotta switch it up a little bit. So, I think anyone other than France, I think I would be happy with. I think Morocco winning would be the best best outcome in my opinion. It would be Morocco. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much anyone other than France would be fine with me. Um, but yeah, I think it would be. I think it would be really cool to see Morocco win. I think that would be really, really cool. I was seeing a lot of different African countries uh, raising their support for Morocco. I think that's really dope to see. So, yeah, what first African country if they do win? I mean, this is the first. They're the first African country to make it to the semifinals, right? So, if they win it all, that would be incredible. So, yeah, we'll see. Um, I think the next game is what? I don't fucking know. I'll see what the schedule is, but I'm not super invested anymore. So that's that. Going back to basketball for a little bit, it's been I think looking kind of at the standings right now, it's pretty. Again, I think it. You're kind of starting to see who the playoff, the teams that are in playoff contention versus those that are not like the bottom of the rung teams. Uh, but I mean, last year the Eastern Conference was a dogfight. Like 1 through 11, 12, it was all so close in terms of standings. And then this year it's kind of the opposite. The Western Conference 1 through 10, 11 is they could just go to anybody really. I know the Pelicans and I think like the Suns are kind of at the top right now, but even then it's like like small game break in between like 2 and 3 that it could really go. I think first seed is really up in the air for anybody to take. So, yeah, I think just looking at just the structure of where teams are, it's pretty crazy. It's gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be really difficult for a lot of teams to secure a spot. I think it's gonna come down to the wire. Honestly, there's gonna be some heartbreak, man. I mean, I think if you're able to make it into the play-in, I think you'll be okay. But there's gonna be teams that there could be like a potential for there to be like an eighth seed to be upset by the what would be ninth seed or something like that, and then for them to like fall out of the playoffs. That's entirely possible. So, I think it's gonna be tough for the Warriors. If they're able to kind of string along some wins, some like a winning streak in some way, shape, or form, I think that would be awesome. But they need to win on the road. That's just the thing. Their home record is great. It's very strong, but their road record is fucking dog shit. I mean, everybody knows that. That is just it. You just need to win on the road. And I think if they can kind of keep, this is a great win yesterday. So if they're kind of able to keep up momentum from this point onward, I think they have a good chance to maybe kind of rise up in the rankings. Because right now they're eighth in the standings, which is, I don't want to be eighth. I want to secure a spot. I want to be top six. We're not trying to do play-in again. Last time we were in the play-in, we lost. So I would much rather for us to just make it, just secure a spot, make it all the way through, without having to go through the play-in tournament. I think that would be ideal, but it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy because there are a lot of good teams. Parity is pretty much at the highest level it's been ever, honestly. I think the only teams that I really the only two teams that are pretty much like the best are the Bucks and the Celtics. And we beat the Celtics. So I just, honestly, it's just it's pretty wide open right now. I mean, once it comes to playoff time, things will change. The great teams are gonna buckle down, but I'd say for right now, in terms of placing in the standings and seeding and whatnot, I think it's pretty much open. It's really just gonna be it's whoever just kind of is able to get their shit together, and hopefully the Warriors are able to do that. Let's talk briefly about the Game Awards that happened on last Thursday. I talked about it last time about Xenoblade being nominated, and I was very happy about that. I'm still happy that they got nominated. A little disappointed that they didn't win anything. Obviously, I didn't think they were going to win Game of the Year. That was kind of out of the question. I was just happy for them to be up there with all the other nominees, up there with Elden Ring, God of War. That was good shit. That was good to see. Mostly disappointed about the music, about not getting best music. I think that was kind of I don't know. I really don't know a lot about God of War's soundtrack. It's probably good. It's probably really good, but I just wanted to get a win. I just wanted one. Just wanted one. So a little disappointed, but it's okay. I think it's great that the game got that type of recognition on that type of level. I think that's awesome to see. Considering everything, considering all the things that led up to that point for them getting nominated, I think is incredible. So it's as a fan, I don't take that kind of thing for granted. I'm happy for them to be recognized. Just a little disappointed, but that's okay too. There was some game what is it? Game official release, what the fuck would you call it? Yeah, official release trailers, I guess, or I'm just completely blanking on words. They showed it all the bunch of times on screen where they were just reveal trailers, right? When you would call it a reveal trailer, right? I'm so fucking stupid. For a lot of upcoming games that are coming out in 2023, 2024. I'm not the only ones that I am interested in really is Earthblade, which is from the creators of Celeste. I loved Celeste. Celeste was awesome. And Hades 2. And I need to play Hades. I've been wanting to play Hades. That's on my list of games that I want to play. I'll get around to it sometime, for sure. But yeah, I would say those two are probably the ones that I am most interested in. All the other games I don't really care too much about. Final Fantasy 16, I haven't really been. One, I don't have a PlayStation, and also I just haven't really been invested in the Final Fantasy series in a very long time. I just I don't know. I don't really care too much about it doesn't look super interesting to me. It just doesn't. Someone said it. I was watching someone else kind of do a quick, I guess, review of the announcement trailer, or the release date trailer, and they said that I kind of agreed with them. It doesn't really feel like Final Fantasy to me. There are elements of it, I guess, kind of in the character models and the summons I get, Ifrit, Odin, Bahamut. Like there's those are iconic, uh, I guess, creatures or characters from previous games. But other than that, I don't know. It just hasn't really uh, inspired me really. And I feel kind of the same for Fire Emblem Engage. It just I really don't like them. I don't like the fact that they're bringing back older characters from the games, and it's not it's something that they've done for other games as like DLC and shit. I don't like it. Just doesn't That's just not very, it's not interesting to me. I want like an original story where this is kind of like a tie-in of sorts. It's kind of like this like Fire Emblem cinematic universe type of shit, and I'm not really a fan of that. I wish there was more, I don't know, originality. They had sort of like a, based on, I think, the initial trailer from the direct a little while ago, back in what, September. They had sort of this plot point, I guess, a little bit or something from Awakening, and Awakening is my favorite Fire Emblem game. It's the one that introduced me to the series. But I don't. I want something new. I want something fresh. I don't want repeated storylines. I don't really care to see older characters. I'm not here for that. I want like a new. I just need like a fresh, I guess, coat of paint, you could say, uh, and a different car. I want to see something new. It looks pretty, but I don't think I'm gonna get this one. It just doesn't really, it just doesn't interest me all that much. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll change my mind if I see some of the reviews regarding it, but yeah, I don't know. It just is not super. Yeah, it hasn't really interested me at all. It's kind of turned me off, honestly. So I'll probably, most likely, passing on that. But again, I might change my mind. Uh, I started up BioShock, like I said last time. I'm sort of playing that in tandem with Persona 5. Uh, Really interesting. This is my first time playing BioShock, as I mentioned. I think it's, I think the world and kind of the thematic elements of it are very interesting. I'm sure I'm sure the game has been talked to death. I'm sure the series has been discussed very thoroughly, but I really don't know a whole lot going into this series other than just sort of this, I guess, sci-fi horror element of it. Um, it's been a lot of fun. I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible at shooters in general. Uh, I'm really bad at the combat for this game, but it's okay. I'm really just grinding my way through. So if I die, uh, you 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 respawn in these like designated spots in the map, and so you can just kind of keep going back and forth, like until you're able to get through, even if you used up pretty much everything. I'm sure it's possible that you could just get past this game with a wrench, with just a wrench. It would take forever, but I think it's possible. Um, but yeah, I've been having a little fun with that. I'm interested to see where the story goes. I don't know how does a BioShock 2 even work? You know what I mean? Because I'm sort of, I'm picturing how the first game ends, and I don't see how, I don't know how a 2 would work. Is it a prequel? Is it like is it a sequel? Like I don't, is it set in a different universe? I don't know. It's intriguing for sure. So excited to kind of play my way through the first one and through the rest of the series. Uh, Persona 5, I'm making pretty good progress in it. Enjoying my time with it. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say that I haven't really said the last time, but I'm having a lot of fun with Persona 5. I'm really enjoying it. So, what else? Oh yeah, I went to a concert for the first time in forever. I don't even just since what's it been like 3 years, I think. Maybe it's like two plus years. Like obviously I didn't go to any concerts in 2020, so it was definitely before that. So over 2 years since I last have gone to a concert, and I went to a relatively small one. I was kind of expecting it to be a little more people, but it was all right. It was kind of like an intimate experience because there were only 40, 50 people tops, probably not even 50. I would say 40, 30, 40 people for this kind of small concert at this place pretty nearby to where I live. Yeah, the band was Strawberry Girls. They do kind of prog rock, I guess like math rock, you could say. Um, it was good. It was a fun time. I think this is kind of like I've seen I've seen bands perform before, but I haven't specifically gone to see a specifically to see a band perform in concert. Uh, Pretty much predominantly all of the concerts I've been to have been rap concerts. So I think going to see a band see a band live is is a very it's a different experience. You kind of you appreciate very much how the members perform, just how talented they are, and I think it's just really cool to see. They had two openers. Excuse me. It was a little embarrassing. They were the first opener was like they called out. My dumbass. I forgot that. I always forget that concerts have opening acts for the main band. I don't know why, but I sometimes just forget. Um, the first band came out and they're like, "Have you guys heard of us?" And I was like, "Woo!" I thought they were the main act. And I'm like, was like my fucking I'm the dumbass. Um, so it's like a little embarrassing. Like they didn't like they didn't know, or they didn't point at me like, "Dude, what's your favorite song of ours?" That would be embarrassing. Like that would be fucking embarrassing. And then I said the name. If I said a song name of like the main act, oh god, oh my god, that would be embarrassing. I don't know why that would be a situation that would happen, but it just that was just something that went through my head, and I was like, I don't actually know these guys. They were really good, but oh my god, it was just sort of I just conjured up the scenario in my head where the guy pointed to me in the crowd. It's like, "What's your favorite song?" "This song." "Oh, we actually did. That's not. Yeah, that's not us. You're thinking of the main band." It's like, oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh my god. That would be embarrassing. But yeah, everybody performed. Both openers were really good. I think they really tried their best to accommodate to sort of the small venue. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. And then also just the small crowd that was there. I think if it was like twice the size of what it was, I think the vibes would have been pretty good. I think the environment, the atmosphere would have been pretty good. Just unfortunately, just the crowd was really small, so it's hard to get. They were doing the best they could. They were doing the best they could for, you know, to conjure up some excitement with the crowd and shit. But it's just hard to do that when there's it's like a classroom of people there. But I think they all performed really well, so I appreciated that. Yeah, it was a good time. I've missed going to concerts. I think sort of as a once in a while thing. I think it would be good. But yeah, I've missed going to concerts. I'm hoping that I missed out on. There was someone that I did want to see. I wanted to see Yusuf Deis. He had come to perform nearby, but I was too busy, um, and it just was not gonna work out, unfortunately. So, uh, yeah, if there's anything that kind of pops up, even if it's for an artist that I don't know all that well, I think it's worthwhile just to kind of hop in, check it out, see what it's like. Because I think it's good to kind of, I think it's fun to experience different types of genres live in a live setting. Um, I pretty much like I know I pretty much know what to expect when it comes to a rap concert. Just because, I mean, I haven't been to like a fuck ton, but I've been to enough where it's like, okay, this is sort of how it goes. You got the main, you got the main act, and you got the DJ, being the hype man and shit. Like it's kind of you know what to expect. Um, I think live instrumentation is really cool to hear. So yeah, if there are any bands, I would like to go to more like jazz concerts or jazz, I guess, performances. When I went to New York last year, I mentioned this um, when I went there, but we went to a jazz club, and that was an awesome experience. It was just that was just perfect. That was just such a good, it was such a good setting. It was really in my like wheelhouse of what kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of it's what I kind of want when I'm in a particular mood, I guess, where I just kind of want to just chill, have a drink, and then just kind of listen to live music from these professionals and just kind of, yeah, just chill out, I guess. And then because I think I've sort of, I don't know. I think I've sort of had my fill of going to kind of like really these hyphy, super aggro, like uh, environments. I don't know. Maybe I haven't really, I haven't really. Again, I haven't gone to a concert in so long. So, do I want to experience that again? Of me, jumping around and shit. Like, I don't know. I could, but I think it's just sort of the mellow, just kind of very relaxed vibe of that jazz club was great. I really enjoyed it. So I wanna kind of experience that again sometime. So yeah, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that kind of experience because it's a good time. So yeah, more concerts going forward with the time that I do have right now. But yeah, so got some more stuff on my bucket list, if you will. I think that's probably gonna do it for this episode. I think we got through a good amount of stuff that I wanted to discuss, and yeah, I'll try to be more consistent. You know what? No, I'll record when I want to record. I'd say I'm pretty consistent for the most part. I'll record when I feel like recording, and today happened to be one of those days, and I felt good about it. So that's that. Anyways, thanks for listening. This has been Save the Semantics, signing off.